Alright guys and girls, what's going on? It's George Calioris, No Excuses, Functional Strength and Conditioning. I'm going to show you guys a couple different and better ab and whole core exercises today because in my learning process I figured out that sit-ups and crunches are just terrible for your neck and your back. Alright, so I'm going to start off with what's called a limited rotation. Okay. Now, when you're doing a limited rotation, you can see here I got a band. Okay, you can use a cable, a band, but the idea is to get the band perpendicular to the center line of your body. All right, so you should be squared off with the band, and what you want to do is just move it with the inside hand. Okay, the inside hand goes on the inside of the band. Moving it shoulder to shoulder, trying not to let your hips do the work. Alright, you want to move it just like that, pushing it over, really stabilizing the top of your core mostly. Okay, and when you're doing it, alright, I'm going to face the camera now. You don't want to let your hips hike while you're doing it. Either way you're doing it, alright, don't rotate your whole body. It's just shoulder to shoulder. Right there. Alright? Try and draw your shoulders back. Alright? Don't round forward, bring them back. Hold it tight. Keep your abs tight. Keep your back tight. Everything is going to be tight, and you should feel that stretching in your abs. If you don't, probably doing it wrong. Hit me up. I'll tell you about it. Second exercise is going to be what's called the AC crunch. Okay? So again, use either a band or a cable if you don't have a band. Alright? I know I said crunching's bad, whatever, but this isn't really a crunch like a traditional crunch. Okay? So you're going to start with the band over one shoulder. Okay? Right here. And what you're going to do is with that inside foot, alright? Inside being towards the wall or the band or whatever, you're going to pivot. Okay? And see how it's already starting to turn your body? You're going to pivot and crunch down at the same time. So pivot and crunch down. At combat action speed, this is what it's going to look like. Okay? I know you can't really see my foot, but it's pivoting. You can see my knee. Okay? So, here again. Pivoting that inside foot and crunching down. Okay? You can also do it facing the band. Works a little bit better. Or the cable, whatever you got. Like that. And you switch. Boom. Alright? Now I know most of you don't have sliders. And what I mean by sliders are those little things that you put under furniture to move them around on carpet easier. You don't have to pick them up. The plastic sliders, get the foam pad on top. Get them at Home Depot. They're like 10 or 20 bucks or something like that. And those are actually being utilized a lot now lately because you don't have to necessarily take your foot up off the ground. You can keep constant tension on your foot and keep it all the way around, and you can do a lot of stuff with it. Okay, I've done a bunch of stuff and I love it. If you don't have suspension trainers, you should get some sliders. It's a pretty good investment, But in the meantime, while you don't have sliders, you can do what's called a stability ball rollout. Okay. Most gyms have stability balls. And what you're going to do, you're going to get your nice plank position, all right? And you're going to push your arms in and push your arms out, just like that. You don't want to come in. You don't want to come in too far, okay? You don't want to come in further than your elbows under your shoulder. If you do, it's taken away from the exercise, all right? You can also go side to side, make little O's, okay? In and out. whatever. You see I started shaking a little bit, so you know it works. Alright? Those are just a couple ab exercises that are really more beneficial for you than the normal ab, sit-up, or crunch. Anything else, guys or girls, let me know. gkalinoexcuses @gmail.com or facebook.com/noexcuses functional strength and conditioning. Get it done, guys. No excuses.